Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
What's up, guys?
Here we are doing the last episode right before All Stars 5, and we are going to do our first boots season.
Nice. It's one that we see so many different lists about in like group chats or not group chats, group pages or like Reddit. You see fake trailers for it all the time or fan intros for it all the time. It would be a very interesting season if Survivor actually did it. So
I
yeah.
will say we picked 20. I actually kind of think that if they did it, they'd probably do like 18 or something like that because I think that there's not exactly 20 great first boots.
Well, I mean, there's that, and then how many first boots would actually want to come back?
Yeah. I mean, for Francesca, I think Francesca has to come back, but she has also gone on the record saying she never wants to be the first person voted out 3 times.
Yeah. That would be horrifying. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Yeah, because if her tribe loses first, she is the immediate boot. Like it's just going to be the consensus.
I can't even fathom like every single other person on that tribe. I don't care how beloved they are, would immediately get so much hate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or everyone's gonna be laughing their asses off as it's happening.
No.
Okay. So yeah. There's I think that there's a potential for it. It's really just getting that group together and wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, the same with Winners at War. You know, a lot of who would have thought that 20 winners would have won and come back.
Yeah. But anything's possible these days.
Yep. Okay, so let's get it started here with the first member of my tribe. We got Brook Garrity. You might remember him as being part of the Fit Four on Vanuatu. Everyone who looks pretty much the same. Can't really distinguish any of them from each other.
He was kind of distinct. He kind of looked different than the other.
He was the most distinguished person, and he was the first boot.
Yeah, like he looks a little too different. Him, maybe because it was the first vote off. They weren't sure about everyone's name or who they were like really supposed to target, so they were like, "All right, Brook."
Yeah,
that's easy to remember.
Yeah, so I mean I brought him back. I think that I am hoping that he can separate himself from being kind of a nobody who is just in that Fit Four grouping. And I'm a big fan of Vanuatu, even though I do think the pre-merge is pretty bad. I still like the season.
Yeah, it's a nice little sleeper hit season.
Yes. Okay, next up we got one of my favorite first boots actually from Survivor Cagayan. We got David Sampson.
Oh yeah, the man elected as the leader. This man is it. He shouldn't have gone. I mean, Jatia was entertaining, but he came on a little too strong, and that was his biggest downfall.
He was trying to play like he was at the merge or like deep into the merge, but it's day one. It's like day one. He's playing like that. It's crazy because I actually think that he was a pretty good player. Just he didn't realize that you need to wait it out a little bit before you can start going crazy. So I'm hoping that he takes that lesson. And after the game, he said that his archetype either goes out first or makes it to the end. So let's see if that gets proven true. Next up, we got probably the most highly acclaimed person in our Brantsteele universe, especially. Probably the most recognizable first boot out of all of them as well. We got Francesco Hoagie.
Oh yeah, a legend. Legend on actual Survivor for the wrong reasons, but also a legend on our Brantsteeles for the right reasons. Coming up with great gameplay down on our channel. So I think she is probably biggest target right off the bat. I mean, essentially, this is a captain season with her as
Yeah.
like the captain.
Yeah, true. I think there's one other person on her tribe that has some notoriety in our Brantsteele
Yeah,
universe, and your tribe has a couple that have
yeah.
done some stuff. But yeah, this is for the most part, most of these people have never been on our Brantsteele.
Oh yeah. Well, it's hard to get attached to or think too fondly of first boots. I mean, they have to leave a lasting impression in some way, shape, or form in order for them to be like remembered. But I mean, obviously, we remember Francesco, we remember Pat, Reem, and a few of them down below. We'll go through them.
Yeah, there are iconic at first boots that leave a lasting impression. So next up we got Marissa Callahan from Samoa, which by the way, she's the representative from this season, Samoa. She is known for being the first person in Russell Hance's way to completely destroying his tribe.
The first victim of Russell Hands. Like, she had no idea what she was in for.
But she knew Russell Hance was going to be a villain. Like, she literally said it. Like, in episode 1, he is not to be trusted. They vote her off and trust Russell Hance. And he just goes through taking out everyone.
His logic, you know?
Yep.
But yeah, I think she would be interesting to bring back on a second chance purely because of that reason, you know?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see her and Stephanie from Redemption Island, to see them come back for a second chance. Because they both have that relationship with Russell that's ultimately cost them the game. One for being an ally, one for being an enemy.
Oh dear. Russell, he's everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, let's now move on to another one of our first boots, Nadia Anderson. Probably most known in Survivor for her sister doing very well. But herself, unfortunately, being the first boot of San Juan del Sur. I believe she's been one of our other Brantsteeles, and I think she goes out like
pre-merge. Well, you know, this could be the one. You know, her sister was voted out first, but they had a Redemption Island thing and she came back. Maybe Nadia can, you know, kind of, maybe she can, you know, use that twin power where she can steal some of that mojo.
Feed off of Natalie Anderson's game ability.
It's so, like I said, it's sometimes hard to like totally go in depth with these guys.
We might go through these a little faster than we do with some of the others, because some of these are just gonna be like, hey, remember that moment? That's it. Let's move on to another one of those kind of moments. We got Pat Cusack from David versus Goliath, most known for being a medevac first boots, where he wasn't gonna go home. Like, he was like everyone has said afterwards that Nick Wilson, the winner of the season, was going to be the first boots.
That alternate timeline. The alternate timeline. Who knows? Tyson could have lasted longer and winner it. That's one of those like key moments in Survivor history. You know, like
it's such a small moment when you're like watching it, but when you like look at the Survivor as a grand scale, it's just like, oh wow, that could have, like, who knows what would have happened actually. Like, the whole game is different off that one boot. And that's every season. Like, the first boot actually changes the entire game. You just don't realize it.
Sets the pace, And his, like, honestly, like, even rewatching it, in watching it, like, not only just how it's edited and everything, just like the whole situation is like terrifying. Like, you know, seeing him lying on the beach like that and everyone around him, it's
it's like it wasn't even his fault. Like, it was wave with the tide was so strong that everyone actually suffered injuries. It's just
Yeah.
his was the worst because it was an actual back injury that made him unable to like move.
And it,
Yeah.
it was tough. But now he's here, and you know, he's back. He's ready to play, and be lovable.
Yes. 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 Um,
All right.
okay. Now let's move on to probably one of the most lovable first boots. Probably the first boot with the most screen time in all of Survivor. We got Reem Daly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, yeah. Definitely a memorable first boot because stuck it out from the very very beginning all the way to the end in her season
Mhm.
for just like well, two shots technically, but just holding on to hope for getting back in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Reem.
It's crazy because I think if I was in Reem's position, if I was exactly Reem and I'm the first boot and I don't win that first go, I don't know if I want to keep going because at that point it's like now you're gonna have a bunch of other challenges. Like she's not a challenge. Like she's not gonna win the challenge. So I respect her for continuing after losing that first challenge because that was probably the best chance she had to get into the game.
Well, I mean, statistically speaking, yes. Also, the fact that like even without taking into effect everyone else that was still in the game coming back, if Joe goes on that beach, and Joe was doing pretty good in
Mhm.
that battle back challenge, you wouldn't want to you wouldn't want to go up against him
Mhm.
regardless of anything. But
Mhm.
um yeah, I feel like I don't know, like if I was voted off first and there was something like Edge, and I feel like that's why so many people, other than obviously the two that dropped out in that season, it's like so many people would just it would haunt them for years if they didn't at least try. you
Mhm.
know
Yeah.
I mean, if that happened with like Chris Underwood, like who knows?
Yeah.
That's Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Chris Underwood's a little different. Like, what I'm saying is, if you're a physically fit person who is good at challenges, you should never back out of that situation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Reem is known as she's the older woman. Like, it's like if Cass got voted out first. Like, Cass isn't winning a challenge against Joe England, Kelly Wentworth,
I mean,
Chris Underwood.
especially since, yeah, for the battle backs for Edge, from what we've seen so far, they're usually pretty physical, and then
Mhm.
have a puzzle at the end. But
Yeah, they're designed to be the toughest challenge of the season.
yeah,
So you can't
yeah,
just kind of like you can't just be good at puzzles and make it
you have
stand
to be
like
good at
you
everything,
have to be
kind of.
good at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now let's move on to the Survivor season 39, Island of the Idols first boot, Ronnie Barda.
Oh,
Now
Ronnie.
I picked him somewhat early when we did our drafts because I was like, I want a poker player to make it far into this game. And
And
he's the first.
they voted him out first purely out of spite of what you said, in
Yeah,
spite of what.
pretty much. Yeah, poker players traditionally have looked pretty dumb on Survivor, not really playing very good and making it far. We got Garrett Adelstein, Anna Kate, John
John Robert.
Robert, but like it's yeah, like it just not the best, for what's supposed to be a strategically demanding game. You'd
Yeah.
imagine they would be able to make it farther, or at least play better.
Hmm. I don't know. I think he also underestimated the likability of, how's the name escaping me?
Elaine.
Well, Elaine. Yes, I know there was an. I hate myself now.
Yeah.
Um, underestimated her, social skills, things like that, and yeah, he was eliminated as a result.
Mhm. Yeah. 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 Okay, now moving on. This person is actually widely regarded as the worst player to ever play the game.
Hmm.
Wendy Joe from Survivor Nicaragua, having basically no social skills, no
Yeah.
strategic skills. terrible in challenges. Like just straight up the worst person to ever compete in Survivor.
It's funny in her little TV guide, like when they were introducing the cast, in her interview, she was like, "My husband told me don't," and they wanted to like save it until hers. It was like right before the commercial break. Don't boop and don't boop, or you'll get voted out first.
Mhm.
And it was like sing and dance. Like apparently she's more bubbly in real life. It was just like her hubby was like, "No, don't do this. You will annoy them, and you will be voted out." Like Sonya. Uh,
Yeah.
and it just looked like it was inevitable for her, unfortunately. Well, I mean, unfortunate for her.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that kind of sucks that she just tried to take her husband's advice and just didn't
Yeah,
work, and it was the wrong advice for her. Yeah, and that's what I think. I think you have to go out there and be yourself. If you try to, be something else, like that's not you, you're gonna be a worse version of yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There's no secrets when you're around people 24 hours a day.
exactly. So yeah, trying to suppress that is just not good.
Yeah.
Um, and now let's also move on to another person who is highly regarded as one of the worst players in Survivor, Zayn Knight. he
This
was my
man,
he was my number one pick for this season, by the way. He was who I
he's
really wanted.
he's probably one of the. I would say he's up there for most iconic first boots.
Yeah.
I, maybe more so. I mean, if Francesco wasn't like voted out twice, he might be one of the most iconic, probably the most iconic on a lot of lists.
Yeah.
I think he is in some, but like, it's just like how he was playing so hard at first and decent enough, but then, it
Yeah.
was like everyone vote me out. And then, it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
he threw the game. Like he really was going to make it further. I think he would have been uh with Denise and Malcolm in the final three of that tribe. Like I think that he would have made it that far.
it, it's really hard to say. I mean,
Uh-huh.
because he said he quit smoking and stuff and how he performed in that challenge. Like, I get it. I mean, if it wasn't like, if they didn't have Russell as a target, I think he probably would have been targeted first
Uh-huh.
without him having to, say so, mostly
Uh-huh.
because of how he performed, especially so early on when there's only
Uh-huh.
like 6 people on a tribe,
Yeah.
nowhere to hide.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do know that Denise did find a bond with him,
Yeah.
talking about his tattoos, and then eventually we got to see her take some strategy from Zayn Knight too, saying, "Hey, vote me out, and you guys can, and I'll use my tokens to get food and everything." She even did try the Zayn Knight tactic. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, uh, but yeah, no, I do think Zayn Knight is like he was like just a worse Russell Hantz, but I was here for it. I wanted to see him.
I wouldn't say a worse Russell Hand. He tried to be Russell. It's
Yeah,
just he didn't have it in him.
yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. I think he was gonna make it further if he honestly just didn't throw. Yeah, so that's my tribe. Let's move on now to Ryan's tribe.
All right, we'll probably see. We can already see a few familiar faces that we've seen our Brantsteeles. There's at least, wow, we've actually used a lot of uh,
Yeah, at least four, right?
6.
Six.
Well, one was Hunger Games. Um, one was Hunger Games. One was pre-merge. The other one was Captain's Curse. The other one was Rivals. And then we know we brought Chicken and Fairplay more than once.
Okay.
So yeah, there are a few familiar faces, even though I've actually forgot who one of them was. But watch her just be the best. But before we get on to that, we'll go with the first person. We have Carolina Eastwood. Now, part of the reason I chose her, one, because Token Change was like the season where I got like into Survivor, and also because she was a first boot that got proposed to on a different, reunion show, but like, it helped boost her popularity a little bit.
Mhm.
And so that's why I chose her. Oh wait, now I remember the other person. I just had to like brain it.
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah, that proposal moment is hilarious. It's
It's cute. It's cute.
yeah. It's good. Yeah, Token Team's another great season. Definitely some of these first boots are definitely getting brought back because they're on a very good season that is highly remembered like throughout. So they kind of get that bonus for being on with some very iconic players.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
All right. Next up, we have someone who is no stranger to our channel. Stranger for a while. Like we haven't used him in a hot minute. It is Chicken Morris. Has one of the best lines for being a first boot. Damn. Uh, someone who, you know, could have done well on Survivor. It's just the social game was his downfall.
Yeah.
Um, Survivor China has done decently well on our Brantsteeles. I mean, his first time out, he was like 14th place, but
But he honestly he brought a lot of entertainment to that pre-merge. Last person to be voted out pre-merge, and he was kind of like like he
yeah,
was just doing a lot of stuff there, which got him brought back for All Stars. And
yeah,
not necessarily the greatest season, but he makes it sixth place in that season. Like he makes it really far.
solid
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
All right. Next up, we have another favorite of ours. We got Johnny Fairplay. Uh, yeah, a very controversial first boot. One that, because I had Hulu free for a little while from one of those Monopoly McDonald's things, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch Survivor." Seasons that I haven't, and they had 16. I was like, "Oh, I know Johnny Fairplay is in this," because I saw like a Watch Mojo and it showed him. And then I was excited to see him. I knew how the season ended and everything, but I was like, ooh, hopefully he lasts long. Voted out the first one. I
Yeah.
legit was like, I can't watch this season right now. And then it took me like a year later to finally watch it because I was like so
Yeah.
hurt by his boot.
Yeah, it's definitely an upsetting boot because it's basically a quit, but with the with the traditional vote outs that's added to it to make it not a quit. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, and it kind of comes out of nowhere because a lot of it happens kind of off screen, like
yeah.
right before they're about to go. So it's definitely like I believe they were going to have the numbers too if Johnny Fairplay didn't do it.
It's crazy too because it's one of those things like how we were talking about with who were we talking about? We were talking about
Pat, right?
with who?
With Pat Cusack, right? About
Yeah, with
yeah,
Pat. It's one of those things where it's one of those catacol. I'm an actor. I should learn how to speak.
mhm.
It's one of those big moments where if one thing switched in the favor of the other, it would have totally rewrote Survivor history.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't Parvati the target? I believe she was the target, just like like
Yeah,
she would have been like the first boot.
yeah.
Isn't
So
that
just
crazy?
imagine,
Ah, that is
like,
Survivor changed forever.
who knows if she would have been brought back for Heroes versus Villains,
I don't think
and
so.
if she would have won that season.
I I
Uh,
I I, I am 100% positive she doesn't come back because her Cook Islands game is actually kind of mediocre. Like it's kind of she's not like great on that season. She's great on Micronesia and she's
yeah,
great on Heroes vs Villains. But her Cook Islands game, she was just the cute
like,
girl. Like that's all
I
she
mean,
was.
well, I mean, she know what she was doing,
Yeah.
but it just didn't get a whole lot of like. It didn't pan out as well
Yeah, yeah.
for
Well,
her.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if she's the first boot of Micronesia, she's not coming back for Heroes versus Villains because she's
Exactly.
not even a villain at that point. Like, she would be a hero.
I mean, there is debate whether or not she was a hero in that one, like, but that comes into a whole lot of fan debates and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. I don't think that she would have been good enough for either side. Actually, I think that she would have lost. to anyone else pretty much.
Potentially. All right. Next up, we got Courtney Moon, who has been on a season of ours before on Captain's Curse, mostly as a fill-in for someone else. But yeah, she was someone when I was watching those little TV guide things, I was like, oh, she seems cool, she's a little alt, but she's also cutesy. And I was like, yeah, I can totally refer her. She has like a kid and, she's like a cool mom. And I'm like, all right, I hope she does well. And then she breaks her wrist, using away my pack.
Yeah, and it's like someone else did almost the same thing she does, and Jeff had to be like, guys, don't do that, you're gonna hurt yourself. And she goes ahead and does it anyways.
Because sometimes when you say not to do something, someone's gonna do it, and then it's going to fit. Yeah. You brought it to the table, and then someone's gonna eat it.
Yeah, but it's like I believe that they told them before the challenge, like this is how you have to do it, and for some reason they weren't wanting to listen. I'm not sure why.
Because I don't know.
Yeah,
you're talking to people that also willingly gave up immunity to vote one of their own out.
Yeah, One World, not exactly the best strategic cast the show has ever seen.
We have, but there's also we have really great strategic players, but then we also have some really.
I think that the girls have Kim and the guys have Zayn, and then you have like an okay player with Sabrina, and then there's a lot of goats being led to the slaughter after that.
All right. But yeah, Courtney did well in our Captain's Curse, or well enough where. She made it to the merge, which is nice.
I think she gets like 9th place.
Yeah, so it makes the jury.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that all works out here. Next up, we have someone that I almost forgot what season she was on. We have Michelle Chase from Survivor Gabon, and part of the reason I chose, actually the only reason I chose her was because her and Kenny had like a little alliance, kind of like a little. It could have been a showman's, but she got voted off, and I was like, oh, I was sad because I felt bad for Kenny. So that is why she is here.
At least Kenny almost had the chance to sign with Sugar.
Yeah. There's not really too much I can say about Michelle.
I can't really. That's all I remember from her as well, was that was her alliance with Kenny, and that's it.
Yeah. All right, next up we got Ryan Atkin, and I chose him because his name was Ryan. That's it.
Yeah.
From Survivor Amazon, I was like, Ryan's before Ryan Ulrich didn't do too hot. It was a cursed name.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring a Ryan.
Yeah.
He fit the category.
Yeah.
We got to find one reason to bring them back.
Yeah. Well, what sucks about him is that they go to tribal, and it was when you were like bound to someone else, like tethered to someone else, and you had to like go across logs, and his partner just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So they both get blamed for being bad at the challenge, but it's not really his fault. But he's the one who gets targeted instead. So it's kind of like this weird, like, clearly they preferred the other guy, like, personally over this guy, and just that's what it ended up coming it down to. But it's kind of sucks for him that he just kind of got paired with him.
Yeah. All right, next up we got from Survivor Cook Islands, Saku. I like him because it's a lot to do with, one, it's an awesome season, and two, his little song at the finale. It was like a nice moment for like a first boot, and he was an interesting person like throughout his first during the first part. And it was also one of those things where it's one of the 2 times Survivor did a 4-person season, so you really don't have anywhere to hide. And so I chose Saku because of that.
Yeah, yeah. When you have to be the first tribe to go, and there's only 5 people there, you're already in end game mode pretty much at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we'll see how Saku does here.
Yes, yes.
All right, next up, we got So Kim. So I had high hopes for her in One World, or not One World, Worlds Apart. You know,
Mhm.
obviously she's on this list.
Mhm.
I thought she had a lot of potential, but being a first boot didn't live up to it. So that's kind of why I chose her here.
Yeah, yeah. She's been on a brand seal before, going out, I think, like seconds.
Yeah,
But I mean, the only thing I really remember for her on her brand steel was her relationship with Billy Garcia. She was the first woman that Billy Garcia was in love on our brand
Billy,
steel.
Billy, the ladies' man,
Yeah,
or the big flirt of our brand steals.
yeah,
But yeah, so I would like to think she does better this season, but who knows?
yeah.
Next up, we have Sonya Christopher from the very, very first season of Survivor. And I chose her because she's the first person ever voted out of Survivor. And I feel like
Yeah,
in a first boot season, that's more than enough criteria to bring her, especially since, it's fictional.
exactly.
And all that.
She's the prototype for first booth. Like she's the kind. A lot of people kind of have duplicated actually her type as being someone who can go out first. So much so
Exactly.
that when Either Lyles came, we thought Janet was going to be the first boot because we're like in your brain, like it's in our brain now that
Yeah.
that person is a good chance to be a first boot.
I mean, it's a safe bet.
Yeah,
So that's for her defining the meta of,
yeah.
Survivor. But she has been on one of our seasons, the Hunger Games season, and she actually does very, very well.
Yeah, doesn't she get like fourth?
I know she's in top six.
Yeah, because I remember yeah, because it's Nora wins, Kim gets second, and Chris Doherty gets third. I
Yeah,
think she's fourth at that point.
I know she was definitely up there. Things kind of happened so fast at the
Yeah,
end of that, where,
yeah,
but you know, Hunger Games is very much a different beats than Survivor, so we'll see how this works out for her.
yeah. So far, most people who have transitioned from doing good in our Hunger Games over to a regular Brantsteele Survivor, most of them haven't done good.
No,
So
especially the winner of that,
yeah,
Nora,
yeah, coming back a couple other times and being a pre-merge dude.
very
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
All right. And last but not least, we have Vetus. I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name. I'm so sorry.
Boskakis,
Oh, Baskinova.
Vasquez,
Baskin.
Vascanova.
Baskin. Uh, he probably gets it. His family just has straight up interesting names. I mean, Aris, Vetus. Anywho, so I chose him because when I voted for him to get back in for, second chance and him getting voted out first, it did kind of hit. I was like, oh man, I really enjoyed him. Things
Yeah,
like that. He had a great story in Blood versus Water.
yeah.
The whole thing with him and, how am I forgetting? I just said it. Aris.
Mhm.
And yeah, so when he got voted out super early, I was like, oh dang.
Yeah.
And yeah. So just part of the reason I brought him back was for that reason.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I like Venus and Blood versus Water. Uh, Obviously not a big fan of him in Second Chance. I don't think he did good. I think, and especially some of the angles that they did for like explaining why they got rid of him, I wasn't a big fan of. Like that he's kind of wanting to do yoga and so he can like touch the girls and stuff. That was kind of weird.
A little.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Like I know that that's not what he was doing it for. So it kind of also just weird that that was kind of what they were going for. It's just I don't know.
that is a thing where it's a subject.
Yeah,
But anywho, besides that, yeah, that is my tribe.
Nice, nice, nice. Who are you rooting for most on your tribe?
I'm gonna have to say probably it might be either Fairplay, or Courtney.
Fairplay, Courtney. Nice, nice. I'm gonna have to go for Chicken on your tribe. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
want.
yeah.
He's great. Um, my tribe. Uh, it's for Francesca's going to be an obvious choice because I just think Francesca's great. She can make it far in a season. She's going to make it a good season. And then I'd say Zayn Knight after that.
I gotta agree with you on both fronts.
Yeah.
Zayn, I feel like he might be an interesting. He could potentially be an interesting presence, kind of like how we made Francesca famous,
Yeah.
other than her being on, Survivor.
Yeah.
Zayn might, pull the same thing. He's a very iconic first boot. So let's see.
Yes. Yes. What's also going to be interesting is one of these 20. It's going to be another first boots.
Yeah. Watch it be. I'm not gonna say.
Don't say Francesca.
I didn't say it.
Okay. Let us begin our Brantsteele first boot season. Okay. The first alliances that have been formed are Pat Cusack, Rain Daly, and Ronnie Barda.
Literally, they're lined up in their seasons. I find that amusing.
I wonder if that's the strategy they're going with, is that they're the modern first boots. Let's have the modern first boots take it over.
37, 38, and 39. It's like, huh. Or maybe that was it. It was like, yeah.
But they are up against David Sampson, Francesca Hoagie, Marissa Callahan, Wendy Joe, and Zayn Knight.
Well, I mean, Zayn's on that alliance.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
This could go anyway.
They're all first boots. We don't know half of their strategies. It's
I really wouldn't be surprised if we get a consensus boot as this first episode. We're just like where people are just like, I just don't want it to be me. You tell me who to vote for. Or we'll just get someone off.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. The Ryan Tribe Alliance first alliance: Johnny Fairplay, Courtney Moon, Ryan Atkin, Sonya Christopher, and Venus.
All right, nice.
And then over here we got Chicken Morris, Michelle Chase, Seku, and So Kim. So one person's on the outs.
All right, let's see if we can figure this out. So it's a woman. It's a woman. Carolina.
Carolina, that's right. Well, I just brought up the consensus boot, but I feel like she might be the one where these alliances just team up for the first boot.
I don't know. They have to win immunity.
Yeah.
Well, first the reward.
Yeah, reward challenge. And the Ryan Tribe wins reward. They win flips. Okay. Now this tribe needs to win immunity as well. Oh, and the Joe Tribe wins immunity.
Okay. Carolina.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Wendy Joe has found the idol.
She sung and danced her way to find the idol.
And Marissa and Pat have a major fight.
I don't know. Maybe she doesn't vibe with the sense of humor. Maybe she has flashbacks of like a stocky, middle-aged man, and is like, Russell! Oh, this is not good for Carolina.
Stuck on a minor fight. I think it's Carolina. I think she's going home.
This is not looking too hot for her.
Yeah, she didn't find the idol either.
I think it's her. There's just
I can't imagine it being anyone else after that fight.
Yeah, it seems pretty cut and dry.
First vote goes to Carolina.
Yeah.
Second vote goes to Carolina. Third vote goes to Carolina. Fourth vote goes to Carolina. Fifth vote goes to Carolina.
Can we at least see the other one just to...
Fifth vote goes to Chicken. Chicken gets the vote.
Yeah.
Seventh player and player leaving is Carolina in a 9-1 votes.
Well, shucks.
Just I'm okay. So it does kind of suck now for that group of 4 over on this tribe.
Well, I mean, that was gonna happen regardless,
Yeah.
but
yeah, I mean, at least that group to secure themselves not to be the first beats.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early too. I mean,
Yeah.
half of these alliances break anyway.
Yeah, especially with like a Fairplay in there. You got to imagine that he's already cooking up something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Top 2 second, all that seems the same. Well, this is the same because they're on out. And the Ryan tribe wins immunity. They receive fishing gear for reward. Okay. It's my tribe's going. Wendy has the Joe tribe idol. And Johnny Fairplay has found the idol.
Noise. Oh, shucks. Noise.
That's gonna be pretty dangerous for your tribe.
Oh yeah.
Letting someone like Johnny Fairplay have power.
Probably the worst person to have it. Well, worst in the sense of like for everyone else. Mm-hmm. Best for us.
Yeah.
All
right. Maybe Pat's because he fought with Marissa, or it could be Marissa. I think it's Pat or Marissa off of that episode 1 fight.
It might be Pat because it's a 3-person alliance that I don't know.
Yeah.
Marissa might be PTSD. Stocky white, stocky male, stocky white.
I can't let you be the next Russell Hands.
Oh, he has hair, but I still don't trust it.
Yeah. Wendy does not play the Joe Tribe Idol. First vote goes to Brooke. Second vote goes to Brooke. Third vote goes to Brooke.
Well, Brooke, it's been no one yet.
Fourth vote goes to Wendy Joe. Fifth vote goes to Wendy.
Don't let her get voted.
Sixth vote goes to Brooke. Seventh vote goes to Brooke. Eighth vote and player leaving is Brooke. Interesting.
All right.
So Brooke and Nadia were on the out there.
That's not good.
Huh. So I guess Brooke didn't stand out enough, and they said, "Hey, let's get rid of that guy. He's not providing anything to the season. Let's just boot him out now."
Maybe he was just so forgettable where they were like, "Wait, was he even actually on a season?"
Yeah. Or was that just like a dream we had?
Yeah.
Proceed to alliances. Okay. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So I guess that they're just targeting people who aren't in alliances because Brooke and Nadia weren't in the alliances here. Interesting. Immunity. And the Ryan tribe wins immunity again.
Hey.
Damn. The tribe's gonna take the lead. Okay, no idols hidden. Wow, so really giving us nothing there to go on. So I'm just gonna say Nadia.
Yeah, it seems like that's probably the safest vote.
Yeah. Man,
I don't think
these first groups just trying to play it safe.
Well, I mean, I don't think the strategy for this one is going to be too hardcore. TBH.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's probably Nadia here. First vote goes to Wendy Joe. Second vote goes to Pat. Third vote goes to Pat. Fourth vote goes to Pat.
Oh, come on.
Fifth vote goes to Wendy. Sixth vote goes to Wendy Joe. Seventh vote goes to Wendy Joe. Eighth vote goes to Pat. One vote left. And Pat is voted out in a 5-4 votes.
That is rather unfortunate.
Damn.
Ooh, turned on. Oh no, he wasn't turned on.
Yeah, so David voted for Pats, Francesco votes for Pats, Marissa votes for Pats, Nadia votes for Wendy, Pat votes for Wendy, Green votes for Wendy, Ronnie votes for Wendy, Wendy votes for Pats, Zayn votes for Pats. Damn.
Well,
So a little different there.
a little. I mean, that 5. I'm just gonna say Marissa is calling the shot.
Yeah,
The
you think?
Marissa alliance.
Yeah, you think Marissa's in charge of it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nothing has led me to believe it, but yes.
yeah. I think Francesca is. I think you're right. I think Marissa's calling it, but I think Francesca is like the puppet master behind all of it. Like she's letting Marissa kind of be out in front and be the centerpiece of the alliance,
Yeah,
probably with the intention to cut her near the end.
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, alliances. So now it's just Reem and Ronnie.
Oh. Yeah, they're still strong.
Yep. Yeah, so Marissa, Francesca, and David are the most loyal here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Fairplay and Ryan are the most loyal over here. Seku was at a 9 though with this foursome.
He feels it. He's like, this is the one.
Yeah, he wants this to go all the way. Oh, and the Joe tribe wins immunity. They receive comfort items for reward.
Oh, well, this is not gonna look good.
The behavior of Ronnie is rubbing the tribe the wrong way.
It's just him being a poker player. He let it
Yeah.
slip out, and then they were like, "Oh God, no!"
We got to get rid of the poker player. We can't let them do good. Seku and Sonya have a major fight.
I think it's Seku.
I agree.
He was. It's a shame.
Yeah, because it's got to be one of those 4 people, and he's the most loyal, so he's not going to flip.
Yeah.
Johnny does not play the idol. First one goes to Seku. Second one goes to Seku. Third vote goes to Vetus. Fourth vote goes to Vetus. Fifth vote goes to Vetus. Sixth vote goes to Vetus. Seventh vote goes to Seku. Eighth vote goes to Seku.
Oh.
Ninth vote and player leaving is Seku at a 5-4 votes.
I mean, we saw it coming, but
yeah. So Chicken votes for Vetus. Johnny votes for Seku. Courtney votes for Seku. Michelle votes for Vetus. Ryan votes for Seku. Seku votes for Vetus. So votes for Vetus. Sonya votes for Seku. Vetus votes for Seku. So yeah, just
alliance is staying strong.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're back to 8 versus 8. And alliances. And everything seems the same over there. Seku, now that loyalty of 9 is no longer there.
Brought down that stock.
Yeah. Oh, but the Ryan tribe wins reward. They win 3 chickens for a reward.
Chicken with chickens. So now they have 4 chickens.
Yeah. And we're not going to tell you which ones can be eaten. And immunity, and the Ryan tribe wins immunity.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, this is now a very weak alliance. That's not good. That's the opening that who was it? Raymond and Ronnie need.
Yeah. Nadia too.
Yeah, and Nadia. So the behavior of Michelle is becoming appreciated around camp.
Yay, good for her.
Now the question is, it is a weak alliance, but that could also mean that they're just going to stick together for this last vote and then separate.
Wendy also.
Yeah, she has idol.
Yeah. So it's tough to say because there was no other like events that really mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel it's a little blank right now.
Ronnie did upset the tribe. They might still be angry about that. If not, I think the alliance is going to stick together for this vote, but I don't know about the next vote. So I'm going to say it's either Ronnie or Nadia.
Gotcha. I think I'll just agree with you.
Yeah. Wendy plays the idol.
Let's see if she played it right.
First one goes to Ronnie.
No, not.
Damn. Second vote goes to Ronnie. Third vote goes to Nadia. Fourth vote goes to Ronnie. Fifth vote goes to Ronnie. Sixth vote goes to Nadia. And seventh vote and player leaving is Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who was on his side? Probably Reem.
Yeah. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, Reem.
It's not looking too well.
So yeah, probably Reem goes home next. I guess I think the alliance is still probably gonna break up. I really don't know if they're gonna stick together too much longer.
I mean, both tribes are going to tribal, so.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, this is the double tribal.
Yeah.
Alliances.
No big changes.
Reward challenge. The Orion tribe wins reward. They win pizza while watching in on the other tribe's tribal council.
Pizza is nice.
Yeah, so that means your tribe goes first. And then gets that's always the kind of like tough situation with this. Like if you're the one that gets voted out on this tribal, like how fucking awful is that?
Well, I mean, at the same thing, it's like, yeah, you win and technically you're one place lower, but at the same time, you don't get the reward, but then again, you get a bunch of food once you get voted off anyway.
Yeah, but then like, what's the point of winning this reward? Like you would have rather played for immunity and stayed in one more go.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the weird things about I wouldn't say weird thing, it definitely brought stakes to the whole middle school, because you notice they did that a lot through period. Especially with cast of 20, they would always like do one where both tribes are going during that time frame.
True. Yeah. And look who found the idol. We got Reem. I think she needed it. I think she actually really needed this.
Yes, she was the clear next boot.
Yeah. And Francesco and Wendy have a major fight. That's a lot of interesting stuff going on there.
So who's gonna win that little debacle?
And Courtney and Johnny have a minor fight.
Courtney, this is not the time to fight.
I think Courtney goes home here.
Go kumbaya. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree.
Yeah, you can't upset Johnny Fairplay. He has so much power right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He doesn't use the idol though. First vote goes to Chicken. No. Second vote goes to Chicken. No, please. Third vote goes to Vitas. You better go home.
It's Chicken.
Fourth vote goes to Chicken. Fifth vote goes to Vitas. Sixth vote goes to Vitas. Seventh vote goes to Chicken. Eighth vote goes to Chicken. Oh.
They were like, we have 3 other chickens. Or, oh, this chicken's not edible. It was the fact they won chickens. That's why Chicken is gone.
Man. I wanted Chicken to make it. I wanted he was so great. He's played on a Brantsteele twice before already. Damn.
Damn indeed.
So Chicken votes for Vitas, Johnny votes for Chicken, Courtney votes for Chicken, Michelle votes for Vitas, Ryan votes for Chicken, So votes for Vitas, Sonya votes for Chicken, Vitas votes for Chicken.
So Michelle and So are, on the outs. They just have to, I think it's at 11. It's either 11 or 12 where the merge happens.
Yes. By the way, Reem plays the idol.
Yeah. As any sane person would at this point.
I think that's a safe call.
Yeah.
So the question is, are they targeting Nadia here? Because they could target Nadia. because she's the other person not in that alliance.
I don't think so. I think it might be Wendy.
You think Wendy?
Yeah.
Uh, I can see that too, because there was that whole fighting going on with them as well. Yeah, it's either Nadia or Wendy, I'd say. So Reem plays the idol. First vote goes to Reem, does not count. Second vote goes to Nadia.
Oh.
Wow. Third vote goes to Nadia. Fourth vote goes to Wendy. Fifth vote goes to Nadia. Wow. So yeah, they basically did little vote splits to make sure that if there was an idol, they could put it on to the other one. So I mean, that's just good playing. That's good playing right there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because Nadia votes for Reem, Reem votes for Wendy, and then everyone else voted for Nadia.
Yeah. Kind of unfortunate for her, but
Yeah, yeah. So Reem is now the last one here with this group of 5 that has controlled the game.
Can she find another idol? That is the
is
question.
I would save her. And alliances, nothing.
Yeah. This is pretty straightforward on their part.
Yeah. Reward challenge. The Ryan tribe wins reward. They win steaks, sausages, vegetables, condiments, and wine.
Yay.
Yeah.
Will that fuel them for immunity?
No, the Joe tribe wins immunity.
Slow them down. They got drunk before the challenge. They felt too confident. It was like, yeah, go.
Yeah. This was 100% a blowout because they were just so sloshed.
Yeah.
and Francesco found the idol.
Nice.
Nice. And Wendy and Francesca have a minor fight.
That's not good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I feel Fairplay is still drunk from the events of immunity challenge, and he's like, he's hammered. He's doing the Fairplay thing, and so I feel like that tribe is, it's either So or it's Michelle.
Yeah, I can see that too. I might lean towards Michelle in this situation.
Probably because she got in a disagreement with someone, didn't she not?
Yeah, I believe so. Though I guess Courtney also had some stuff with Fairplay a little bit back, but she didn't get voted out last time.
Yeah, I guess because nothing really happened with their alliance strength or anything like that. So I think they're still like good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Johnny Fairplay does not play the Ryan Tribe Idol. First vote goes to Sonya. Second vote goes to So. Third vote goes to So. Fourth vote goes to So. Fifth vote goes to Sonya. It's either So or Sonya.
I think it's
Sixth vote and player leaving is So.
Yeah.
Damn. Right before the merge.
Gosh.
Johnny votes for So. Yeah. So Johnny votes for So. Courtney votes for So. Michelle votes for Sonya. Ryan votes for So. So votes for Sonya. Sonya votes for So. And Beavis votes for So.
Well, rip.
But hey, at least this is our merge.
Oh, with the 6-6 split.
Yeah, this is even.
Interesting.
Even Stevens.
It's going to be interesting.
I kind of did this with the expectation that one try was just going to get completely decimated.
Well, I mean, it happened in Samoa, kind of, so it was definitely possible. But yeah, this is I'm curious because one team is definitely like fractured, and so like, will they realize that staying together is actually the best thing? Michelle being on the outs, will she like go over to your tribe and like try and get everything there?
But also remember, Rima's in the same boat. She is on the outs of her tribe as well.
Yeah, So there's a lot of different avenues this can go about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Okay. So got
Still
that
strong.
alliance there, that's there, and the original tribes. Yeah, so they're about the same strength overall. Okay, immunity. David wins immunity, and Courtney wins immunity.
Oh, cool.
Putting in some work there. Okay, so we know that Francesca has an idol, and we know that Johnny Fairplay has an idol, and there's a new idol for the merge.
Oh, the We Did It tribe.
Yeah, they made it.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, this is now a very weak alliance.
Was it not already?
It was, but now it's even weaker. It went from a 4 to a 3.
I'm thinking from this, it might be Wendy's turn.
Yeah, she has rubbed her tribe the wrong way. So maybe that could be the route that goes here. We could potentially see rocks if some people decide not to flip, because we do have the 6-6. So it's really up to, do they want to still try to be tribe strong?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
The scroll bar seems very, very long, so
yeah, that would probably indicate something. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I think if it's on my tribe, it's probably Wendy. If it's on your tribe,
I don't know. I feel Fairplay would probably, he would be smart enough to play an idol.
Yeah.
On someone.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, we know for sure it's not going to be David, and it's not going to be Courtney.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. Johnny is the idol. Francesca does not play the idol, and Johnny does not play the idol. This is no idols being played.
All right.
First vote goes to Marissa. Second vote goes to Johnny. Third vote goes to Johnny. Fourth vote goes to Marissa. Fifth vote goes to Marissa. Sixth vote goes to Marissa. Seventh vote goes to Johnny. Eighth vote goes to Marissa. Ninth vote goes to Marissa. 10th vote goes to Johnny. 11th vote goes to Johnny. Last votes, right? Yeah, last votes.
So
Johnny Fairplay, we are tied.
Now, if he, I want to see him. Because I am rooting for Johnny. It would be interesting. He's immune if it ties. That'll be interesting because he was super, super smart to hold on to it. But then again, it leaves up to chance someone going home, and it could be through his alliance. Yeah. So
if he played his idol, Marissa just goes home here right away.
Yeah,
and I would say that these are the two leaders of these alliances, like at least in terms of how they were perceived by everyone.
Definitely.
So it's interesting, that they both did target the head of the snake. Okay. So there's a tie in the revotes. Do you think that we're going to rocks, or do you think someone's flipping?
I kind of want to. I kind of do.
I kind of think that there's going to be rocks here.
I would like to see rocks.
Yeah, that would be an interesting mix up here. I think that this needs a good mix up like that.
I agree. Okay.
First vote goes to Johnny. Second vote goes to Marissa. Third vote goes to Marissa. Fourth vote goes to Johnny. Fifth vote goes to Johnny. Sixth vote goes to Johnny. Seventh vote goes to Marissa. Eighth vote goes to Johnny. Ninth vote goes to Marissa. Marissa, we are tied.
Oh shit.
So the leaders are safe though. They're going to be in it for one more vote. But now the question is, who goes home here?
Who does? That means out of the pool, there are 8 people that could go home.
Yeah.
So
So David and Courtney have immunity. Johnny and Marissa have immunity. So Francesca, Michelle, Reem, Ryan, Zayn, Wendy Joe, Vetus, and Sonya could all go home here.
I don't want Francesca to go home with an idol in her pocket from Rock Draws. She is too iconic for our channel to go home in that way.
Yeah.
Or to the jury.
Yeah. So yeah, man, this has gotta suck. Imagine being just making this the merge and then Rock's happening, you go home here.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay. Could be any of those people. I think for each player will draw a rock. Michelle, the tribe has spoken.
Let's see how people voted.
It's gotta be down the line, right?
Potentially,
like
unless the both people on the outs decided to swap, which I can see happening.
Yeah. David votes for Johnny, Francesca votes for Johnny, Johnny votes for Marissa, Courtney votes for Marissa, Marissa votes for Johnny, Michelle votes for Marissa, Ray votes for Johnny. Yeah, so it's just they kept tribe strong.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah. Okay, well now Johnny needs to play an idol correctly.
Yeah, or just beast mode, win everything.
Yeah, but like honestly, is Johnny Fairplay going to beast out?
Probably. I mean, Reem is still the swing. She could potentially swing things, and your tribe is very, very fragile.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we keep, it's like they keep breaking and then coming back, but like it's just it's like they know that they don't want to be together, but they're also like, but we play this whole game together, so I guess we got to stick together.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, Ryan, Zayn, Courtney, Marissa, and Johnny win rewards. They win a trip to a waterfall, walk slide, and lunch.
Fun.
Right, good for them. Good for them. And Ryan wins immunity. Good for Ryan.
Good job. I barely remember you. He hasn't really done anything.
No, he's been shown here. He's kind of getting a purple at it, I'd say. Out of everyone, yeah.
I'd say that.
Yeah. But who knows? He could come back and surprise everyone.
Potentially.
No one has found that. We didn't try, except for Johnny Fairplay.
Oh, yes. Could this be his season to win? I hope so.
Oh my God.
He has to play one.
Oh,
whether or not he's the target is the question.
Yeah, he's definitely playing one for himself. I think he's playing it for himself.
Johnny, him being him, then yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah. I mean, he got votes last time. It's very possible that they're going to be like, well, he would have played an idol last time. Let's move him again.
So we'll see.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I think that Johnny's going to play an idol successfully here.
I can see it.
If not, then I think that we could be seeing like a Courtney Moon go home here.
I don't know. I feel it's hard to say because whether or not Johnny is in fact the target is the question here.
Yeah.
I feel like Marissa is definitely going to get some votes here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because we're still in the showdown between Johnny Fairplay and Marissa. I think that they're still probably. I think they have laser focus on each other right now. I think Johnny's side is wanting Marissa gone, Marissa's side is wanting Johnny gone, and they're going to keep voting until one of them goes home.
Yeah.
Okay. Johnny has the Ryan Tribe idol. Yeah, he's got both of them. Francesco does not play her idol. Johnny plays the Ryan Tribe idol.
All right. Does he play it right?
First vote goes to Johnny. Does not count.
Could be it.
Second vote goes to Johnny. Does not count. Third vote goes to Johnny, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Johnny, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Johnny, does not count.
Does it work? Yep.
Sixth vote goes to Johnny, does not count. He has played
Good
it
job,
successfully.
Johnny. Now,
First
who
vote
is
goes to Marissa. See, he got his opposition off here.
Yep.
Eighth vote goes to Marissa. Ninth vote and player leaving is Marissa. Wow.
Nice. Looks like we still have a good fight down.
Yeah, so that means now we're back to 5-5. So the tribes voted the same way again. So now we're back here, back to square one.
We are halfway through. We have 5 on each team. Yeah. I feel Johnny is inarguably playing the best game. Oh, yeah. Francesco has been very silent.
I think that now that Marissa's gone, I think she's going to step up even more here.
Probably.
As the leader of her tribe. I think that there's a lot of pressure has been set by Marissa that she can now start trying to make her moves.
I can see that.
Okay. So alliances.
Yeah, this alliance is good.
Yeah.
This alliance is
not so good. Yeah, I think they might be breaking up pretty soon. I could see their alliance dissolving.
They're very fractured.
Yeah. Johnny, Courtney, Ryan, Zayn, and Wendy win rewards. They win a plane ride to another island for a picnic and sprint palm trips. I guess that's the Prono rewards. They also win a clue to the hidden immunity item that Johnny has.
Yeah. Good on Johnny.
And Johnny Fairplay wins immunity.
He can.
He's never won an immunity, right?
No.
He never won one on Pro Islands. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because I can see him saving it for himself, but at the same time, if they know who the next person is, he can use that as leverage. But whether or not Francesco will play her, there's a lot of things that can be played with idols here.
Yeah, there's a lot. Wendy and Francesco bond a lot.
Okay.
Okay, that's that. Okay. I think it's completely up to idols now because I think tribes are going to still vote together. I think we're going to have a 5-5 tie. And the question is if idols get played correctly, and then if they do or don't, it's then if we're going to have a flip at that point. Or we're going back to rocks.
It's so tricky with idols. You don't know.
There's a lot of variations here. There's a lot. Almost anyone here can go home.
Exactly. Except for Johnny.
Except for Johnny. Johnny is the only guaranteed safe person. Yeah. So yeah, I really can't fathom a guess here. There's just so much. Castaways all votes. Francesco does not play. Johnny does not play. First vote goes to Reem. Second vote goes to Courtney. Third vote goes to Reem. Fourth vote goes to Reem. Fifth vote goes to Reem. Sixth vote goes to Courtney. Seventh vote goes to Courtney. Eighth vote goes to Courtney. Ninth vote goes to Reem. And we are tied again.
All right.
Between Reem and Courtney. So they both made it pretty far on our previous Brantsteele. Reem's, made it very far as been one of our most successful players.
Yeah, one of our winners.
Yeah, one of our winners. So now that's the question is, does her tribe decide to flip now that Marissa's not there? Marissa was a huge factor in trying to keep that tribe strong. And, maybe they don't want to go to rocks now.
It's possible, but then it's just going to be pagonging.
Yeah, true. I mean, but Francesco still has the idol. She could idol out just like Johnny Fairplay did and get someone else.
Fair enough.
We could have a ping pong back and forth thing going on.
We could. All right.
Okay. First vote goes to Reem. Second vote goes to Reem. Third vote goes to Courtney. Fourth vote goes to Courtney. Fifth vote goes to Reem. Sixth vote goes to Reem. Seventh vote and player leaving is Reem. Like I said, the alliance was not going to stick together now that Marissa is gone.
Once you go through the stress of losing to Rocks once, I feel like you don't want to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, well, technically they won Rocks. They won the side of Rocks.
Oh yeah. I guess like whenever you do the stressful thing of Rocks once, you want to avoid that at all costs. So yeah.
Yeah, Francesco didn't want to go home with an idol in her pocket because of Rocks.
No.
So Francesca is the one who flips, and Wendy flips. So now though that could be some goodwill now between with the other tribe. Maybe if we do see a pagonging, those are the last two to get targeted.
I don't know. Well, Francesca still has an idol. She's very smart with idols. And it also depends on who wins immunity.
Yeah, true.
We'll see.
True. Okay, reward challenge. So this is the Survivor auction. So the Survivor auction stuff happens. And Johnny Fairplay wins another immunity.
Nice. Putting in the work.
Yeah, he is. He's wanting to win this.
Oh yeah. It would be a good time for him to win it.
Yeah. And the behavior of Francesca is becoming appreciated around camp. So I don't think it's gonna be. I think that she's trying to make it as far as she can before she plays the idol.
Now,
like if she can make it so that it's her up against the other tribe, play the idol, win an immunity, and try to get over there that way. I think that's her route. Yeah,
she definitely has to play it smart for her. It's hard because they're already so fractured, but it's like they're all they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So either Francesca plays the idol correctly, or one of my tribe goes home here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if it's one of yours, Zayn. If it's one of mine, maybe Ryan.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think Zayn could be definitely the one to go to on mine, and maybe Ryan, because he does have some immunity. He has won an immunity before. Maybe try to get rid of that. Francesca does not play the idol.
Okay.
Johnny plays the idol on Ryan.
Well, I'm interested to see how this all pans out.
Interesting move. First vote goes to Ryan, does not count. Second vote goes to Ryan, does not count. Third vote goes to Ryan, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Ryan, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Zayn.
Oh, idiot!
Idiot! Sixth vote goes to Zayn. Seventh vote and player leaving is Zayn. So yeah, just Johnny should have just kept it. Should have kept it.
He blew his cover, and now he's Johnny.
Yeah.
You're still technically playing the best game, but at the same time, no.
Yeah, Regina George wouldn't have made that kind of mistake.
No. This is you better win this at least.
Just Fairplay wins.
Maybe he was like, well, you see, the Fairplay style, I don't actually need it, so I'm just gonna throw it away.
This was the bowling turn. I can see Johnny Fairplay being a very good bowler.
Yeah, he looks like a bro that bowls.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But that's his third immunity he's won.
In a row.
Yeah.
In a row.
Wendy Joe has found the idol.
Well, so now their alliance has 2 idols. There's 3 people in said alliance.
And it's a very weak alliance.
I don't know what to make of your tribe, man. I legit don't know. This is putting Michelle and Wendell's, like, dysfunctionalness to shame.
Yeah. So now they have 2 idols, and there's 3 people in here. Do they both play idols trying to cover, or do they just
I feel like it's a thing where they have to do every man for themselves and hope that I don't know.
I will say Wendy and Francesca did flip, so maybe they can try to get in and get David go out and then use their idols to navigate from then on.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to say David goes home.
Yeah, David.
Yeah. Francesca does not play the idol, and Wendy does not play the idol. First vote goes to David. Second vote goes to David. Third vote goes to Courtney. Fourth vote goes to David. Fifth vote goes to Courtney. Sixth vote goes to Courtney. Seventh vote goes to David. Eighth vote and player leaving is David.
Yeah.
And it is just down the line. Okay. So Francesca and Wendy both have idols, and they're up against the majority alliance.
If one of them wins immunity, and if they decide to work together, which they have been showing that they are doing,
they bonded.
So and they've flipped with each other, so it is quite possible they could work together.
Yeah, they're the last one from this alliance. Now one of them needs to win immunity here to guarantee that they know who the votes are going to go to.
But Johnny Bear 4 times in a row.
What?
I dig it.
I literally said before he started winning, like Johnny Fairplay is gonna beast out, and he's beasting out.
Can he do it? Can he break? Can he tie for the record on our Brantsteeles? I want to see him do it.
Is it 5? It's 5, right?
It's 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. He's 1 away. The behavior of Ryan is rubbing the tribe the wrong way.
Now's not the time to be rubbing the wrong way, man.
Yeah. Okay. So now the question is only one person going to play their idol, hoping that it's the correct one, or both going to play their idol to guarantee they both make it one more tribal?
I mean, in this scenario, splitting votes for the majority alliance would be a good thing, because if you put 2 votes on Francesca, 3 on Wendy, and let's say Wendy plays an idol, it's a tie.
Yeah.
Then, okay, so let's say they voted for Vetus, and then it's Francesca and Vetus, and then the majority just votes, Francesca.
Yeah.
So that would be the best strategy for the majority alliance.
Yeah.
But idols play so much of a factor into this. It's hard to say.
And who knows, maybe these 2 have really just seemed like, they don't have anything at this point. And this alliance just thinks, we can just put all of our votes on someone, how could they have an idol?
I don't know. I'll have to see.
Yeah. Francesca does not play the idol.
Just Wendy.
But Wendy plays the idol.
All right, let's see.
First vote goes to Wendy, does not count. Second vote goes to Wendy, does not count. Third vote goes to Wendy, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Wendy, does not count.
Someone's going home.
Fifth vote goes to Wendy, does not count.
Who is it?
Courtney Moon. The tribe, or more specifically, Francesca and Wendy Joe, has spoken.
Alas.
Yeah.
They didn't do the smart move.
Nope. They decided to risk someone.
All right. So this is the final 6. This is the last episode before the finale.
True. Okay. Let's do one more time, and then we'll see who's playing the best game after that.
Yeah.
Okay. Reward challenge. Francesca, Ryan, and Johnny win a reward. Johnny's been on like all the rewards, by the way.
He's getting more and more power. Can he win his 5th in a row?
Yeah.
Can he win his 5th in a row?
No,
Oh.
Ryan wins immunity.
Freaking Ryan ruined everything.
Well, that's his second immunity. Purple Ryan is coming in hot.
You better not get voted out.
Vetus has found the idol.
Johnny better not get voted out. That's all I care about right now. Johnny better not.
If Fairplay gets voted out on like the one time that he's got vulnerability.
I'm gonna hope it's Wendy.
Yeah.
It better not be Johnny.
I can see it being Wendy. I think Francesca, if she gets the sense as Wendy, she is not going to play her idol on Wendy. I think she's going to save it for Final 5, so she gets the Final 4.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah. Vetus has the idol. Francesca does not play the idol, and Vetus does not play the idol.
All right.
First vote goes to Johnny.
Makes sense.
Second vote goes to Wendy. Third vote goes to Wendy. Fourth vote goes to Johnny.
So nervous.
Fifth vote goes to Wendy.
Does it?
Sixth vote goes to Wendy. Wendy Joe goes home. That could have been the chance to get rid of Johnny Fairplay.
I mean, if they weren't so loyal, it would have been, but I don't know. I feel it's definitely like a thing where, because it's using a simulator from past Survivor where tribal lines are super, super tight more often than not.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay, well, we're here at the finale.
You have one person, Francesco. Good person to have.
Yeah. If I had to choose one person on my tribe to make it to the end for me, I'm gonna put it on Francesca.
Definitely.
But so far, Fairplay is by far playing the best game. If Fairplay goes home and Francesca makes it to the end, I think Francesca wins over these other three.
Probably.
But it's really up to, can Fairplay go home, because he's just playing a very good game.
All right. Well, I mean, so Francesca and Ryan both make it, to Final 4 regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Which means.
Oh, you mean Francesca and Vetus?
No, Ryan. Oh, yeah.
Vetus has the
yeah. Ryan's just there. So if it's Ryan, Sonya, or Johnny that wins immunity, then it's one or the other. But if Vetus wins, who knows? Like, it depends on who wants to give up their idol if they win immunity. Because I don't think Francesca would Francesca, though, to try and get Johnny out? There's a lot of avenues that could potentially play out, because you have 2 immunities in the mix with, an additional, official immunity necklace. Yeah. So it's tricky. Tricky.
So it could potentially just be a 2-round go if, say, Fairplay wins another immunity, and it's Ryan and Sonya going home next.
It's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Johnny. Johnny
Fairplay wins immunity.
Awesome. He has, in our Brantsteele, he has reigned supreme as the immunity beast. He currently holds our Brantsteele record and ties with the real life record.
Yeah.
So it's either Ryan or either Ryan or Sonya.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're definitely going to play their idols. Vetus isolates himself from the rest of the tribe.
Okay.
Maybe it's because he's trying to play his idol correctly.
Yeah.
Is he trying to do like a last minute kind of like, let me get a move onto my resume?
Is it a move though? You're immune regardless.
Yeah, but you want to play it correctly. You want it to be like, hey, I got this person out.
Ish. I mean, out of my remaining 4, it's really Ryan and Fairplay that are really, like the shining stars. Vetus and Sonya are kind of like very off to the side, even though Vetus has an idol.
Uh-huh.
but we'll see.
I think Beatus is trying to take the second place position as best player by trying to get an idol play here. But we'll see if it works out for him in the end.
We shall.
So yeah, I mean, it's either Ryan or Sonya. It's who knows which one they're going to target. Francesca plays the idol, and Beatus plays the idol.
All right, let's see.
First vote goes to Beatus, does not count. Second vote goes to Beatus, does not count.
Oh, someone flipped.
Third vote goes to Beatus, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Ryan.
Oh no!
Fifth vote goes to Ryan. Ryan Atkin voted out.
All right. So at this point, it's either Francesca or it's either Johnny Fairplay.
Yeah, it's Francesca and Beatus teaming up.
Okay.
So Francesca and Beatus and Johnny Fairplay and Sonya.
All right. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
On Fairplay.
Johnny Fairplay.
I don't even know what that was. What noise is that? He six.
You can count them.
I should say 6 3 times in a row, Ryan. He has to win.
He's winning now. How can he not win this season?
This is also Samoa, but he has to win.
Yeah. Well, we know the first vote is Sonya.
I think it might be a fire.
Yeah. I think it's Francesca and Beatus are teaming up, and Fairplay and Sonya are teaming up. So Sonya is going to be making fire probably against one of these other two.
Probably Francesca.
Yeah. First vote goes to Sonya. Second goes to Beatus.
Oh no.
Third vote goes to Beatus. Fourth vote goes to Sonya. Wow, Francesca has made it past the Pagonging and made it to the end.
That worries me just a little bit.
Yeah. There's a ton of revotes. First vote goes to Sonya. Second vote goes to Beatus. We are going to fire.
All right, come on. I guess Sonya.
Sonya, the tribe has spoken.
All right.
Okay, so Beatus has made a little bit of moves here at the end game to try to, but it doesn't compare to Fairplay or Francesca, I think.
Yeah.
I think they just have played better games and have a better story than him.
Yeah, I hope it's Johnny. One, because I feel like he's definitely deserved it. Francesca played a respectable game. Also, Johnny hasn't won one yet, so I'm like, come on, let him.
Yeah, Francesca would then be a 2-time winner.
All right, let's see. Woo!
Johnny Fairplay wins by a vote of 6-2-1.
Good job. Well deserved. And it's funny, he gets 6 votes. He won 6 individual immunities.
That's his lucky number now.
Exactly.
So let's see who voted for him. We got Michelle voted for Johnny. Marissa voted for Johnny. Reem voted for Johnny. Zayn was voted for Beatus. David votes for Johnny. Courtney votes for Johnny. Wendy votes for Johnny. Ryan votes for Francesca. Sonya votes for Francesca. So yeah.
All right.
So Ryan, interesting that Wendy voted for Johnny and not Francesca.
I guess it's like at the end, maybe because Francesca didn't play her idol on her.
Yeah, maybe. Because it wouldn't change anything, but yeah, it's I thought that she was a lock.
Yeah. Huh. Alas.
Michelle Chase apparently wins fan favorites.
I don't know. Okay.
She got rocked out. I guess that's made people upset.
Okay.
Okay, so look at that. Johnny Fairplay, congratulations. You win 6 challenges and you win with 6 votes.
Yep. Mr. 6.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would say is I think that this had a pretty slow pre-merge.
I agree.
And
I
then
agree.
it built very much in the merge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially like you just are rooting for Johnny to break the record once he's on the cusp of it. And when he does and then sets the new standard, it's like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Well, and Francesca somehow making it to the end, even though that she should have been beggoned. Like,
Yeah.
like there's no reason for her not to go out somewhere around here.
You know, it just speaks to how great of a player she is.
True, true. So yeah, that's that. Our first boot of our first boot season, Carolina.
Tis a shame.
Not good there. So yeah, other statistics. Most strategic also goes to Johnny Fairplay.
Understandable. And then you know, total wins, he gets that too. Like
Francesca received 0 votes.
that's pretty good. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
but
right.
yeah, that's 6 immunities. That's the big one. That's the nail. Like because of that, it made it so that they could really pagong. Like it
Definitely.
guaranteed that they had someone preventing immunity from going to the other tribe.
Very definitely.
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay. So that's going to do it for First Boots. Come back next week, and we're going to have All Stars 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace out, guys.